Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Future Way Next. We hope you're doing great. In this video we're going to talk about Canada's harshly processing of spousal open work permits in 2025. The evolving policies on spousal open work permits reflect Canada's shifting immigration priorities, balancing economic considerations with stricter controls which affected individuals must stay informed and seek professional advice. As policies continue to change, advocacy and public discourse remain crucial in shaping a fairer immigration system. Canada's immigration system, once seen as a beacon of opportunity and humane policy, is facing criticism for its handling of spousal open work permits. This scrutiny has been brought into sharp focus by the Canadian how these policies are enforced, affecting countless lives. Based on IRCC's processing approach with new restrictions effective from January 21, 2025, this article delves into the complexities and the human stories behind the policy and offers a roadmap for those navigating this altered landscape. New Canada Spousal Open Work Permit Policy Landscape Policy Overhaul. The spousal open work permit system has undergone a significant transformation. The changes, which took effect in early 2025, have restricted eligibility to only the spouses of international students enrolled in specific programs or those of foreign workers in managerial or professional 0 or 1 occupations or specific Tier 2 and 3 roles linked to labor shortages or government priorities. This represents a sharp deviation from the broader inclusive of past policies, which can be accepted as part of a system overhaul. Processing times and decisions. Immigration lawyers have expressed alarm at the processing tactics employed by immigration officers. They've noted instances where spousal open work permit applications are intentionally handled before or immediately after the principal applicant's post-grad work permit, often leading to refusals. This practice, which labels as sharp practice, seems aimed at enforcing a quick reduction in the number of temporary residents in Canada, aligning with Minister Miller's broader immigration strategy. Human impact and stories from the field. Family stability at risk. The implications of these changes are far-reaching for families. A shared story where one spouse, typically the primary income earner, suddenly loses the right to work due to these refusals. This can lead to immediate financial distress, jeopardizing everything from housing to basic living expenses. Complements this with anecdotes of families forced to reconsider their plans in Canada, either returning home or facing an uncertain future in the country. Cruel practices. Both lawyers recount tales of what they perceive as cruel decision-making. For example, scenario where an officer refused spousal permit just hours before approving the post-grad permit of the principal applicant, effectively leaving the family. Adds to this narrative, mentioning cases where applications were processed in such a way that the timing of the refusal coincided with the introduction of more stringent rules, leaving applicants no chance to adjust their strategies. The broader context of immigration policy changes. Historical perspective. Canada's immigration policy has always been dynamic, adapting to economic needs, demographic changes and political climates. Points out that while the country has historically expanded open work permit eligibility to support family unity and economic integration, the recent changes represent a contraction driven by a perceived need to control the influx of temporary residents. Economic and political drivers. How these policy shifts are not isolated, but part of a larger governmental strategy to manage population growth, housing crisis and labor market alignment. This includes reducing international student intake and altering pathways to permanent residency, making the journey from temporary to permanent status much more arduous. The role of public opinion. The discussion also touched on how public perception and political narratives around immigration have influenced these policies. That as immigration becomes a wedge issue in Canadian policy, ICS, the government is under pressure to appear stringent, which might explain the aggressive enforcement tactics navigating the new system of spousal open work permit processing. Job offers. Stresses the importance of securing a job offer in an eligible tier before any application is submitted for those transitioning from study to work permits. This means aligning career moves with policy requirements to ensure spousal open work permit eligibility. Simultaneous applications. Both lawyers recommend that applicants submit their postgrad and spousal open work permit applications concurrently to avoid the risk of the spousal application being refused before the principal's is processed. Eligibility checks. As advises on the necessity of staying updated with the evolving list of occupations eligible for spousal permits, suggesting regular checks on official immigration sites or through consultations with legal expert. Legal consultation. Given the complexity and the potential, the application of immigration law, the deliberate sequencing of application processes to achieve a policy goal. Over Individual fairness is a point of contention. Judicial review for those facing unjust refusals outlines the path to judicial review, though he tempers expectations by explaining the process's length, cost, and the fact that even a successful review doesn't guarantee approval but merely a re-evaluation. Human rights implications. There's an underlying theme in Celia's analysis about how these practices might infringe on human rights, particular Eli Lilly, the right to family life and non-discrimination in administrative procedures, strategies for SOWP applicants, documentation, ensure all documentation is accurate and comprehensive as suggested. Mistakes or omissions can be leveraged by officers to refuse applications. Understanding policy nuances. Recommends deep dives into the policy nuances, understanding that what was acceptable yesterday might not be today due to policy updates. Community and support. Both lawyers encourage applicants to engage with communities or forums where experiences are shared, providing a grassroots level of support and information. The future of immigration in Canada. Policy predictions. I speculates on the future, suggesting that these stringent policies might be walked back due to public and political backlash, or when the economic benefits of retaining skilled workers become undeniable. Political shifts. Click muses on how upcoming elections could influence immigration policy, with parties possibly advocating for a return to more inclusive policies or conversely even stricter measures. The role of advocacy. Both see a role for advocacy groups, legal professionals, and affected individuals in shaping future policy through dialogue, legal challenges, and public awareness campaigns. The narrative of spousal open work permits in Canada is shared, a policy environment that has become more challenging to navigate. Their insights not only serve as a warning but also as a guide for those caught in this shift. While this video offers comprehensive advice, the advice must be tailored to individual circumstances, often requiring the expertise. As Canada continues to evolve its immigration policies, the stories of those affected remind us of the need for a system that balances economic goals with human compassion. The evolving policies on spousal open work permits reflect Canada's shifting immigration priorities, balancing economic considerations with stricter controls while legal experts which provide guidance. Affected individuals must stay informed and seek professional advice. That is all for today in this video. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully the information is useful to you. See you later in the next video. Till then, take care.